Hi, everyone. Welcome to the Kimberly Cloud Show. I'm your host, Kimberly Cloud. I am here with a special guest. Can you go ahead and announce to the world who you are and where you're calling from?
Well, hi, my name is Rill, and I am in New York.
Okay, Real. Can you go ahead and tell us about your past leading up into your present, the extended version?
Okay, so look, this all started. I remember, like in the seventh grade, having conversation with girlfriends. They was like, what would you want to do that you wouldn't want your parents to know?" And I knew instantly. I was like, "Yo," because actually, I'm a born dancer. That's first and foremost. I was like, "Yo, I'll be an exotic dancer." This is something I knew I was gonna do. So I went to college. I went to HBCU. Shout out to Alabama State University. I didn't graduate. Doesn't matter. But I said that's one of my best times in life. And then I came home, and I was home. Now, mind you, I'm originally from Flint, Michigan. So I came home and I stayed home for a minute, and I was just like, "Yo, I can't be here." Like, I mean, if y'all know Flint, Flint is like it's a small town. It's just like, for what I'm into, I was just like, "No, this ain't for me." So I moved to New York. I moved on my own at 23 years old, and I instantly jumped in feet first as an exotic dancer. Now, I don't know what's going on now. Mind you, this was 20 years ago. 3 decades ago, actually. I had an agent. So I got paid for my agent from the house, as well as kept all my tips. So I don't know what's going on in the exotic world, in the stripper world right now. So I made a lot of money. I traveled all over through each borough of New York and also Connecticut. Did I do Delaware? No, I never went to Delaware. And in the midst of me doing all of that, being there for so long, I think I danced for like 6 years. Let me tell you something. Anybody who's interested in getting it, and I don't think it's a bad industry. It's just some do's and don'ts that you need to know. Just don't be there long. Let me just tell you, ladies, don't be there too long, and don't drink too much, because you become like an alcoholic for real. Because I was becoming a social alcoholic. I had realized, like, yo, what are you doing? Why are you drinking all the time? Because they push the dancers. That's how they also make their money. Have them buy you a drink. So anyway, so while I'm there and I'm dancing, eventually I stopped, and I don't know exactly how I got into the swinger world. Now, I'm not a swinger, but I was hired as a host. I swear for the life of me, I do not remember how I got into this business. But I became a hostess, and I was really great at it. Like, people would have they have the parties, and they would hire me as their hostess, and which means that I stand there. Of course, I'm wearing something sexy, stripper wear, makeup, hair, wig, stripper heels, the whole lingerie, the whole thing. And my job as a hostess is to give the people the ins and outs of how the swinger world works. Now, for people who are vanilla to it, now if you ever go to a swinger club, when somebody asks you, "Do you want to play?" That's just basically, "Do you want to fuck?" So that's like the lingo. You have to check in your own liquor. The bartender give you your own liquor when you come back and forth. Tell them to change your room. There's different rooms now. Every party is different rooms and different parties. Now, some rooms, I remember one time I worked at this place in Brooklyn. It was just, if you walked in, it's an orgy party. Like, it's going down. Like, anybody's grabbing at you, whatever. Like, so you have to let them know that. And then there's also private rooms where people can come in and they can watch. So it's just this whole thing. So, I was pretty good at it. I was getting booked a lot. And then eventually that kind of like weighed on me. I don't even know why. I just, you just get kind of tired of something. And but before I left, actually I met somebody, because you meet so many people. I done met your husbands, your boyfriends, because all of them be married. Almost all the men be married. And the funny thing is, the one thing I just want y'all to understand about swinger parties, there's different kinds. There's a traditional and a non-traditional. The traditional is where a man has to come in with a woman, right? Or women. That's a traditional. A non-traditional is where somebody can have the places where I would work, the guy who had this space, his clients were guys, and the girls that were in there, they worked there. So they basically were prostitutes, just not on the streets. You understand what I'm saying? And however, women can still come to these places. And while I'm in the midst of that, I met somebody, judges, designers. I met like so many police officers. I have this one story, I swear to God, I don't think I can tell until with a police officer that I couldn't believe that when he allowed me to do what I did, like it like blew my mind. I was just, and my whole it was crazy. But anyway, I have some wild stories. So in the midst of that, I met a guy who was doing a pornographic film. Now, mind you, like I said, I didn't mention this. I'm also a designer. Fashion is always, I'm a born dancer and a born into fashion. Like I feel like God just blessed me with those things. So I'm also a designer. My brand is Rill Nice by Rill. I'm a award-winning designer as well. But anyway, before I left, met this guy. He was like, "Yo, I like your style. Yo, I'm doing this film. Would you come and style the guys and the girls?" And I was like, "Yeah, of course." Now, mind you, I don't know this person. I met him at a swinger club. So I had stuff, I had my protection on me in my back, in my shoe. I had something back here in my purse. Like I'm due to the fact that I didn't know this man, and I didn't know if they was on the up and up. And also, there was at their very beginning stages, because it was at like a motel, like some, a motel. Motels are not the most pleasant places, right? So, I had my stuff, and luckily it was legit. So I did the styling there and whatnot. And also, and in the midst of all of that, like I'm very observant. I sit back and I just watch women. And I was like, you know what? I can help ladies. I can help them. Especially with learning how to walk in heels, because a lot of women don't know how to walk in heels. It really is a technique, and there's a method to the madness, because all heels hurt. Let's be clear about that. Teach them how to walk in heels, and then from talking to girlfriends and also men too about sex, because I done been in the sex world. I done had so many in-depth conversation with men and women about their sex lives, so I've got first-hand education into human sexual behavior. So I was like, I have to do this. And in the midst of that, I started Seductive ArT. Now, when I initially started, it was I had two sexual focuses that I focus on, which was visual stimulation, how to visually stimulate your partner, right? Not only in the bedroom, also outside the bedroom. Like, it's an old cliche, but it's the truth. When you look good, you feel good. And also just learning how to put things on that's appropriate for your body. Now, anybody can wear anything, but it's the way, like, how this is like refined and put together, like from your hair all the way down to your shoes and everything in between. So we worked on that. And also, not only that, with the visual, I also teach characters. Like if you want to be dominant, submissive, you want to not talk, you want to be foreign, and also getting into character. Now that takes a while, because the first time when a woman does that, they just, they all smiles and giggly and they think it's funny. And okay. And it probably is. So it takes a while, to really, especially to harness that, if you're not an actress, you know what I'm saying? Because it really truly is a profession, you know what I'm saying? So I'm teaching them that. And then we have then ESS was an erotic, sensual, and seductive dance. Now I teach women how to dance and move and be seductress while you dancing in your heels, right? Some people can't do it with the heels. Maybe you can have a pole, or maybe you just land in the bed or on the floor, whatever the case, right? So I was doing this how the hell did I lost my thought? I was doing this presentation for this lady. And so, which was the visual stimulation and ESS, the erotic, sensual, and seductive dance of Seductive ArT. And so she said, after all that, she said, you ain't gonna tell us nothing about sex? And I was just like, I hadn't planned on it. Well, she said, well, you should. So with that, I with my own experiences, and also started reading and doing on my own self-taught situations to learning about sex and human sexual behavior, I added Rill Sex Talk, which is spelled like my name, RILL, Rill Sex Talk. So we have 3 seductive, sexual, sexual, why my mind just going lost? I write this all the time, though it's lost. But anyway, so I have three things in seductive art, which is visual stimulation, Rill Sex Talk, and ESS, the erotic, sensual, and seductive dance. And in the midst of that, I had to do a press kit. And in a written press kit, I had this guy who was doing it for me. So he said, you know what you need to do with this? You also need to write a book. And I was just like, what? Why? He was like, because like it just goes hand in hand. It just you got this nice service that you also need to offer a book. So I was like, okay. So I was reading Zane, like I love Zane, and I think it was a book. It was his Sex Addictive or whatever, and it was like short stories. So I've written a book. It's called Quickie. It's 7 short erotic stories. It's an ebook form only. It's $1.99, and you can find it on Smashwords. And here I am right now.
Wow, you have an extended history. Were you ever scared when you were doing these projects?
Like, what you mean?
Like,
Dancing or with the...
Let's talk about the past. You dancing. Were you ever scared when you first started to dance?
No, not really. Like once you come inside, like from going from inside to outside and outside to inside, like that is like you don't know who's watching you. But see, this is the thing. See, I also know how to maneuver. I never came there dressed like I'm dressing to go outside or just or some casual. Never. You would think I was a homeless person. Because I wore like even in the winter I had like this coat that I never washed, some shoes these boots that I bought from the thrift store, like these big old pants. Like I looked really, really crazy. My hat pulled all the way down. You know what I'm saying? So walking in, like that was the nervous part. But once you get in, and you know what I'm saying, like it's smooth sailing after that because everybody's everybody's in here for whatever purpose they're in there for. So it was fine. I didn't have any problem with that. And I wasn't scared. As far as actually with the dancing part, I didn't have an issue with that. However, now mind you, see, now you have to think, now this was 3 decades ago. So it was just a lot of like fast, like, girls like fast, like, just doing stuff like this, like fast. Until I met this guy, I also did bachelor parties. I did because we were all amongst the other dancers. Like, yo, I got this bachelor party. You want to come with me? This type of thing. So, like, okay, cool. So we would do things like that. And I did this one bachelor party, but actually the other dancer, she couldn't come. So she said, "Yo, Rill," but my name wasn't Rill then. I mean, well, that's not my name as a dancer. She was like, "Yo, Rill, you have to go by yourself." And I was like, "These dudes cool." You know what I'm saying? Like, now that is scary. Like seriously, because you really are putting yourself in harm's way, in a way, if it's not a straight up bachelor party.
That was during the time when Players Club came out too.
Girl, right.
Yeah.
Exactly. So, but luckily I didn't experience anything like that. So when I got there, like it was cool. Like it wasn't that many dudes. It was probably like 5 or 6 of them. And I just danced. I went to each one and danced. This one guy, he told me, he said, "You need to slow down." He was like, no need to be all fast. Like, and he was the one that was getting married, right? He said, slow down. He's like, he said, "You already got us. You have our attention. There's no need for you to be moving so much like that." He said, "Just take your time, be easy, be seductive." And I was like, dang, like, okay, let me, you know what I'm saying? Like, take your time. Like, when you can move your shoulder. Like, he didn't tell me that, but I was just like, okay, like, like you can use your shoulders and your eyes and, your mouth and things like that, because they more than like, of course they're looking at your body, but they also looking in your face. If you up there like this and you looking nervous, you know what I'm saying? So they like, no, you're not authentic. You know what I'm saying? You're not a professional at what you do. So, he did, inform that in me to slow down. And then I've learned from that guy. So yeah. But that was the only time, like, as far as like being a little, like me being nervous, and also with the swinger part, me going on the set of the pornographic film.
Tell me more about the pornographic films. How many films have you done? Is it on? I won't name a porn site, but is it on any of the porn sites?
Now that see, mind you, this was back when CDs was, you know what I'm saying. So I don't know. and it was called booty butt luscious, right? That was the name. Now mind you, I didn't really get into the details about what all the things were, because only did 3, because I was there just to style, you know what I'm saying, and give me my money and I'm out. You understand what I'm saying? So I don't, and this was, like I said, this was back when CDs, so maybe some of them could be floating out here in the internet world. I don't know. But when I got on the set, like, it's just, I would bring my own clothes. They would also have some clothes, and just like on any other set, like on a movie set, like this is the rack. They have some shoes. Some of them are more professional than others, and I would bring they would bring the talent to me. I'll look at them. They'll tell me about the scene, and and I'll just create the look for the girl and the guy. And sometimes, a lot of times, they were doing like the scripted type of situation where they're talking first, so they have on full clothes, right? So they have on full clothes, and then they'll take off, and then they'll get into their lingerie. So I had that aspect of it too. So it was pretty much the same, and it was really cool. Like, it's just some were more. Only did 3. I'll say, like, out of the 3, only 1 wasn't as professional as the other 2 that I had worked with.
Tell me, what was better for you? Was it the pornography, or was it the stripping?
As far as what, money?
Well, not just money, but what you felt comfortable, because you said in the pornography that one of the scenes in one of the 3 times you did it, one of them didn't work out and wasn't as professional.
Well, I would say I love dancing, so like I definitely love that. That was like that's a no-brainer. You understand what I'm saying? So I definitely love that, and I also love fashion too. So whatever I do, I have to love it. Like, I can't. The one thing my mother taught me is whatever you do for a living, because I'm originally from Michigan, like I said. My mother worked in the shop, meaning that she worked at GM. So she showed me what she did. Actually took me to this place. It was hot and big, and all she did some shit like this all day. Like, I don't know, like whatever this machine that she worked, you know what I'm saying? Like, for like 16 hours, 12 hours, whatever hours that she did. And after seeing that, and after my mother telling me, she was like, whatever you do, make sure that it's something that you love to do. So anything that I ever done, like, I definitely enjoyed it to the fullest, and it never really felt like work. So I enjoyed the stripping without a doubt. I enjoyed styling on the pornographic films, as well as now the hosting the swinger parties. Well, that was a plus too, because I like to talk, so I was just interacting with everybody, and also get to see people just actually engage in fucking sex right in front of me, like just right in front of me. So that was amazing. You know what I'm saying?
Tell the story without cussing, your first swinger party.
Oh wow, now I don't even remember that. But I can give it. Say it again.
Tell me when you remember.
Okay, I remember this one guy, right? He comes in, he's a nice looking guy. He was new to the place. So when somebody is new, I take them around. So this is at a non-traditional one, the one that I really like to work at. I really love to work at them. I don't know why. And then I find prostitutes to just be so cool. Like, they are the most cool. And I'm thinking that they probably this way because they have sex so much. I find that women who don't be having sex, you got attitudes and all that. Honey, get you some, you understand what I'm saying? So, but anyway, so this guy comes in. He a nice looking guy. Girl, nice looking, Kimberly. He's nice looking, nice body. Like, he's a snake, right? So my job is to tell him. So he comes in, he have his alcohol. Put your alcohol over here. The bartender will take care of you whenever you come back and forth. I'm telling him about each room, this, and that. Tell him, like, if you want to engage in sexual activity, it's not, you don't really ask somebody their name. You just little small talk, and then if y'all are attracted to each other, you'll say, do you want to play? Either she's going to say yes or she's going to say no. You know what I'm saying? And vice versa. So this guy comes in, and I'm doing all the things as the hostess with the mostest, and he see this girl. Now this one girl, she's one of the prostitutes who work there. She's small, but she got a nice little body, like a tiny, like a petite little something. But she have hips and she got a little booty, little titty. But she got her physique is just amazing. And I'm not gay. I'm just saying, like she just had a nice body. And she was engaging in fellatio with this guy. And so while she's doing that, he came up behind her. So he just watching. So I done gave him the tour. So me and him just watching. And so she was doing fellatio with the guy. And then he just jumped in and he just started yumming on her from the back. You know what I'm saying? So I'm just sitting back watching like, oh, okay. You know what I'm saying? And he was doing it so good to where that she stopped engaging with the first guy, with the guy that she was initially in a sexual encounter with, to where, like, you know, now she focused entirely on him. So they get into it. So this one of the other girls come and she see him. Now mind, he working with some things. You know, his thing is nice, right? This girl see it. This girl sees it. You was too funny, Kimberly. This girl sees it, right? Another one of the girls sees it and she jumps in and she starts performing fellatio on him while he is still satisfying the girl from the back, right, with his mouth. And now he done left the girl that he was performing from the back with. He left her alone. So now he focusing on the girl that's giving him fellatio. So now, mind you, this is the truth. Yo, I had seen some wonderful sex, and these two people was having some wonderful sex with each other. Like, it was just so mind blowing. You remember the old school fans, like the ones that your mother used to have on the wall. And so they had some of those, and it was in the summertime. Although the air was on, but I can tell that they were sweating. I stood there and I just did this the entire time, just because they were engaged, like two people should be engaged when they are having sex with each other. He was pleasing her, she was pleasing him. It was just it was an amazing thing to actually see up close and personal, right? So I'm doing this the entire they at it for like at least 45 minutes. I'm not lying, y'all. This is real. I'm sitting there doing this, just fanning them. So afterwards, right? So all the girls have a bathroom that we go in to get ready to leave, right? You would think, most people think that leaving the swinger club is kind of scary. And mind you, I used to ride my bike. Now, mind you, at this point, I lived in the Bronx. I lived deep in the Bronx. And I was going all the way to Manhattan. People be bugging that I be riding my bike that far. But yeah, and it was like 3-4 o'clock in the morning. And so when we was about to leave, so all the girls is in the bathroom. So the girl who just had the sex with the guy, they comes in the bathroom, and I'm looking like, yo, what's going on? And I'm the only one in there because all the girls normally just come in the bathroom. We change to get dressed to get ready to leave, right? So she comes with the guy, and I'm looking like, what? And he got a condom. I'm like, no, we're not. I'm not engaging. Y'all know, they know I do not have sex in there. Like, and all the guys like, though, none of this stuff turn you on. And I was like, no, like, first of all, most of it is corny. It's from every so often you will see two people who are really engaging and enjoying each other sexually. It seems to be more like the guy, just like on porn. It seems like more of the girl is pleasing the guy than the guy is pleasing the girl. You understand what I'm saying? Because like if you look at porn for the most part, soon as you see it, like what is the girl? She going down on him? Like he is not kissing on, he's not loving it, he's not paying attention to her breast, her neck, her arm, like just none of her body parts. And then he engaged. You know what I'm saying? So that is crazy. So they comes in and that happened, and I was just like, no, that's not going down. What are you doing? Like I'm not having, like, no. So that was a wow experience that I experienced there.
Well said. Do you believe that when a male don't engage with the female, like doing a double fellatio, which both parties are engaged, that the sex will be a little better and not good for the woman, seeing as though she did not get fellatio?
You know what?
Said that right.
No, I mean, yeah, I understand. I got you. But you know, with a woman is congolingus. But anyway, it's all good. It's all good. It's all good. I understand what you're saying. So, uh, but my, it all depends on the woman. Now, if so, I have heard from some women that say, now there's a small percentage of women who do not enjoy a man giving her head. Like some women just that's not their thing. It's up to the two people, and communication is so important. Yep, a lot of people don't like to talk about sex, about especially like what your desires are, what turns you on. You know, like seriously. A lot of people fall back. They don't like to say because in a lot of cases, some people aren't even sexually compatible. You know what I'm saying? And then they still be with each other. I hear so much of that. That is like insane. But it's up to the woman if she likes it, and also if he's doing it right. Y'all have to teach this man. Man, let me tell you something. If y'all listen up, it's the clitoris. The most part. Focus on that. That's what you want to focus on. The clitoris. You can do all your. You got some little tricks. That's cool too. But the focus is this is where all the nerve endings are. Just like all the nerve endings on the penis is the tip. You know what I'm saying? So the clitoris, the focus on that. Then you of course you can add your own little trick, whatever you got, with your fingers, with with your teeth, whatever you want to do. That's totally like up to you. But the woman has to be able to tell and show the man what he likes. And it's so funny that you said that. I had this woman at the time, I could have been like probably in my 30s. She probably was my age now, right? 50 something. So she was telling me that she was engaged in sex with the guy, and he was giving her head, and she when he came up, she was like, he just came up like he did something. And she was like, yo, I was not feeling it. It was not great. And then so I said, so why didn't you tell him how you like it? You have to tell people how you like it. And some men just don't know, like that the clitoris is the point that you need to be focused on, and don't be rough with it. It's a clitoris. It's called we call it because it's soft. You understand what I'm saying? So be gentle with that. You understand what I'm saying? So conversation is key.
Two more questions. Okay.
Yes.
So have you ever, this is actually a question. Do you have ever thought about creating your own show for all, races to talk about different sexual encounters and what you've accomplished, and have people come on your show or podcast and talk about these things?
Well, see, this is the yeah, you're right. I agree with you, Kimberly. That's a whole fact. See, this is the point of me having Seductive ArT. Now, I am having I'm going, like I said, I'm originally from Flint, Michigan, so I will be traveling home, and I will be having it's called a Seductive ArT workshop. So I will be having one in Michigan, in Flint, Michigan. And then when I come back to New York, I'll be because I have them here and there, trying to network with different people to do different things. So yes, of course, like you're so right about that. This is truly, truly important, not only with us, because I don't know if you have children. My son is 19 years old. I've been talking to my son about sex ever since he started talking, but not about the actual act of sex, about his own anatomy, about females' anatomy, what this is called. This is a penis, this is a vagina. I use real words, because we have to teach our children. And as a parent, when you send your children off, all you can do is pray that a person is a really decent person. Because I find that most people who are gay that are black, from my findings, 90% of them were sexually assaulted or molested as a child. 90% of them. So we can't not talk to our children. That's another one of my focuses too, is how do parents talk to their children about sex? And sex isn't a bad thing, it feels good. But then again, now that this homosexuality thing, now LGBTQ don't come for me. I'm just saying. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's just so like in front. And then like if you're like my son's 19, he smoked weed, although I don't approve of that. I'm like, look, you have to always be in control. You have to teach your children to be in control of your mind at all times. Let me tell you share a quick story with you too. This is where I was vending at this party, right? As a designer. So this guy, he was having the party. He's like, yo, you can come and vend. Okay, cool. So I'm there, I'm vending. Of course, nobody buy none because they're in the party mode. So this one guy who was a nice looking guy, he was drunk. He like this. His friend that he was with kept trying to give him drinks. I'm sitting, like I told you, I'm observant. I sit back, I'm just looking at this dude like he is trying to do something sexual to this dude or trying to rob him. It's one of the two. Because how is that your friend? And he he drunk like this. And he is his so-called friend is still trying to give him drinks. So that's why you have to tell you have to always be in control of your own mind. And whenever you do, another thing too, like whatever your desires are, I have not, like as parents, I don't nobody really want their kids to be gay. I don't care who on here who says it. Like don't nobody want your kids to be gay. You know what I'm saying? But I have no, as parents, we have no control over their own desires. Now that's if it's real and if it's true, not from being sexually assaulted, raped, or molested. Like we're not talking about that, because that take them on a whole other whirlwind. You understand what I'm saying? But we really, as parents, have to talk to our children about that, and also like how the gay agenda seems to just be pushed. Yo, why also, let me tell you this, Kimberly, I also work at a school, right? After school, it's one of my other gigs. I teach fashion. And the principal is gay, and why they be having drag day. Like, and I was just like, what is that? Yeah, but it's good for the little, I can tell like some little boys is gay. Now I don't know their history, right? But you can tell when somebody is gay, right? Because they show it, you know, not the ones that's in the closet is hiding. I'm not talking about them. So that's helpful for them, because they get to be able to feel prideful, and then that's if this is their unique self. Because I do believe that certain people are born gay. I believe that. You know what I'm saying? So, but that whole agenda with the LGBTQ is it's a little crazy. It's a little frightening. So we have to teach our children to think for yourself and always be in your right state of mind at all times. Because as they're young, they think everybody their friend. Honey, you don't even know what a friend. That takes time.
I agree. And Rill, where do you see yourself going in the future with everything? And then we're going to end there.
Okay. Man, I definitely want to take seductive art to the highest of the heights, whatever that means, wherever God want to take me. Because I am passionate about it. I know I have something to say, especially as Black people. We definitely need to have these conversations. I also feel that as a Black woman, and I'm not a man, but with Black men too, like slavery has a serious part on our sexual thoughts and process. If you think about like Black women, right? I told my niece one time, I said, turn on TV, who you see the majority of the time? All you see is Caucasian women. You don't see no woman that look like me, who got my body part, like my body type. Like I had searched for so long for somebody like that, and the only person I can find like that who kind of got a body like mine, and that's Trina. I don't know if you know Trina, the hip hop artist. You know what I'm saying? I was so happy to actually see her. You know what I'm saying? And also just because like Black women, what? Do they really be saying we beautiful like that? Although we are the original woman. So we definitely need to have, I want to take this to the highest of the heights. Whatever God has in store, I'm putting in the work. And I just, you know, I'm just open to for it to just go and flutter. And also I'm a designer, like I said, this is one of my for my brand, which is Rill Nice by Rill, and I want to take that to the highest of the heights as well. So you know, I just have a lot that I have to offer to the world, and I'm putting in the work, and wherever God take me, that's where I will be going.
Well said. And how can the people reach you, Rill?
I have a YouTube channel, Rill Seductive. Rill is spelled RILL, Seductive, like my name. So please go over there and subscribe. I'll be dropping mad jewels. Yeah, if y'all don't like cursing, you can't mess with me. All right, because I'm a cursing person. So not to the extent like every word is a curse word, but you know what I'm saying? Like that's how that's just my language that I use. So So that my website is down because I'm still trying to figure out where what I'm doing and all that. My book, you can buy it on Smashwords, but you can also find all this on my YouTube channel in the description box, as well as I'm selling on Etsy. I have some swimwear available. You can also find that in the description box on my YouTube channel, as well as I have a fashion blog called That's Rill Nice on blogspot.com. I review, I put out my brand and all that. And so yeah, and doing shopping tips and things of that nature. So yeah, so that's where you can find me at. So I hope y'all follow through.
Stay on the line. Thank you guys for watching my show. This was a very good treat today. And you take care, be safe, and I'll see y'all later. Bye.